Good morning, everyone. My name is Timothy Lee Grant. Today is May 2nd, 2024, which means it is my 1 month anniversary as an actual, real, legitimate engineer. So on April 2nd, I transitioned away from an internship to a full time actual engineer. So I wanted to make this video kind of detailing some of my thought processes and experience and document some of the differences that I feel between actually working as a real engineer and my previous work experiences, which are the internship, and I also worked at a company as a technician for 8 years. So I kind of want to document those things which are similar and also that are different. So let's first talk about the things which are different. So the biggest thing that I feel being an actual engineer now that's different is the sense of permanency. That I'm actually here at this company and I don't really need to prove myself anymore. Now, obviously, I want to do a good job. I want to advance. I want to move forward. And obviously, if I'm doing really poorly, that's gonna negatively impact my career, right? But it's not something where at the end of a certain given time frame, I'm gonna be judged and say, yes, you were good enough, or no, you were not good enough. Whereas when I was at an internship, it was kind of like a 4 month interview where every single day I was really worried about, oh, what if I'm not doing good enough? What if this happens? What if that happens? What if they don't think I'm smart enough? What if I'm. And I kept having all of these thoughts in my head about how I'm not doing my project good enough and that I was worried about this, worried about that. And I really felt like I wanted to prove myself and everything. Because remember, I had applied to so many jobs and just got rejected, 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 rejected because right now the economy is really not doing too good. So I was terrified to lose this like one opportunity that I felt like I had. But now things are a lot different that I feel like, oh, okay, I can relax a little bit and focus on actually learning, focus on actually doing a good job instead of the appearance of doing a good job, if that kind of makes sense. So, that sense of permanency, that sense of I'm here at the company, and I feel like I can actually explore a little bit more. I can actually dive deeper into the company. I can actually devote more of myself to the company and kind of try to maybe advance at the company or see, okay, well, if I'm actually going to work in this field, cool. How do I go forward? What are the paths? Can I talk with other people who might be doing a similar path to me? Can I talk to them and figure out what they're doing, how their career was, what suggestions they might give? And so I feel like, okay, well, I actually kind of have a more clear pathway that I can actually walk towards. It's not in a jungle where you're like, I don't know where I'm going. Okay, I got this internship. Am I gonna be here in 4 months? I have no idea. Because at the end of 4 months, they could say, sorry, or thank you for your internship. It was a wonderful experience and goodbye. Right? Like, I had no idea what was going to happen. And so I was just constantly worried about that. I was trying as hard as I could to make sure that I I did a good job, but obviously those thoughts are still going to be going through your head and they're going to be like constantly nagging at you, you know? Whereas now it's like, oh, okay, I'm here, I'm at this company. My job right now is to learn as much as I can. My job is to move forward. My job is, I have a specific project. Great. Let's try to work on it. Let's do a good job. Let's learn along the way as well. It also has that kind of feeling that, okay, well, the company is putting effort into me where I can actually thrive, if that makes sense. Because now if I am saying like, okay, well, I finished this one project and I learned a lot, well, actually that does significantly benefit the company because I'm going to be around for a second project. See, so I feel that kind of sense of just calmness. Like, I'm not as worried anymore. I'm not as stressed out. Second thing is it's also interesting to be kind of at a corporate job. Whereas my previous job, so the technician job, I worked there for 8 years and I wasn't trying to say, like, I'm going to prove myself. I think I'm going to get fired or something like that. Obviously not. I worked there for 8 years. I was very comfortable. It was very comfortable, and it was very difficult for me actually to make the decision to quit. And the reason that I quit was because I needed to go to school. It was a decision: do I stay at the company or do I quit and kind of pursue the higher risk option? And I did decide to do the higher risk option. I did graduate, and so I was really worried about that. But the thing with the technician job was I didn't feel like it was actually building my career. It wasn't building towards anything. I wasn't moving towards anything. I was just kind of trading my time for money. Now, I used that money to invest in the stock market and I tried to build my financial situation that way, but I wasn't gaining professional skills. I wasn't learning the skills or kind of that idea that people would look at my job experience as actual professional experience. And I had a situation when I was applying for internships after I graduated from school. I was applying for internships, and actually, I think this one was an actual engineering position. So I was applying to both internships and engineering positions, anything that would take me, right? This one was an interview for an engineering position, and they asked me, okay, so I see that you worked for 8 years at blank. And I said, oh, yeah. And I started explaining what I was doing, and what they said was this. Oh, okay. So it's basically like a mechanic job or something like that. Anyways, okay. Can you tell me about your senior capstone? Oof. Oof. Do you know what it feels like to have 8 years of your life just dismissed in 5 seconds? Okay, so it's like mechanic or something. Ouch, man. Ouch. Dang. That's 8 years of my life. Oh, that one hurt. That one hurt. The other thing that really like I'm hurt. I'm hurt. So I got 3 interviews. First one or the second one is when they said that about the mechanic. The first one, they were asking me a whole bunch of questions about electrical engineering, and the way that my school does it is it's electrical and computer engineering. And it's really focused on the computer engineering and specifically like computer science. So the job interview was for very much electrical focused, and they kept asking me a ton of questions about electrical engineering. And at the end, he said, yeah, I don't even think you know basic electrical engineering, so I don't think this is going to be a good fit. Oh. But then, okay, after I think 1,000 companies, 1,000 applications, I got a third interview and I finally got my internship. So, those were some of the differences. Obviously, with the corporate job, you're going to have a 401k. So, I'm actually building towards retirement. I'm here. Again, that goes back to that permanency thing, right? Like, I could be here indefinitely and nothing bad would happen to me. That's a weird like thought. Like I could be here. I can be independent. I have enough money to survive. I get health care. I I get health care? What? I get retirement. I can just like this is a real job that I can survive at. I make more money than I spend. This is a situation I've never been in before, and it's very strange to me. So those are some of the differences. What's the same? Well, I mean, obviously the same is from my internship to my actual job. My role and responsibility didn't really change. I'm still working on the exact same project that I was doing on my internship. still have to wake up every day at the same time, still go to work, still, well, actually, my office is uh, changed because they completely remodeled the location. But it was the same when I was when I was at that transition phase. So nothing changed. Okay, I still feel that I come to work and I need to figure out what's to be done. I still need to figure out, like, okay, well, how am I going to accomplish it? And then I need to make a plan to actually move forward and then do it. So it's still work, it's still the same thing, it's just a different feeling to it, if that makes sense. The other thing that I'm thinking now is okay, well, previously I kind of used school as a method to force me to propel towards moving forward. But now I don't have that. I'm at the company, okay? I'm gaining work experience, I'm gaining skills. I know that I'll get like I'll move up, but I still feel like I should be having some kind of force which is like pushing me forward. And this kind of goes to the active and passive force. So like when I'm at the company, now I have a passive force, which this is something I've never experienced. It goes back to one of those differences. What I mean by passive force is I don't need to do anything. I just stay here. I just be here. I do my job. And I passively get better. I passively advance myself. That's that career building. It's not like the technician job. Now, I don't need to do anything except my actual job and I can move forward. It's just automatic that, okay, I work at this job and I gain skills. I gain practical, real, useful skills and I'm moving forward. But that active is those opportunities that I looked for to better myself. So it's something active that I'm actually actively participating in and pursuing. And that used to be school, right? In my technician job, I would do my work, I wouldn't move forward. I didn't have a passive force pushing upon me to advance. But I had this active force that I was going to school, I was moving forward, I was, let's go, let's go. Like, I had that kind of like bulldog, feeling like I will accomplish it. I will make this action to achieve success. I will have this action to advance myself. I will do this action to advance myself. I will do this action. I will succeed. I will succeed. I will succeed. That active force, that's different. I don't have that anymore. Now that I'm here, it's a passive force. I'm thinking, okay, well, that's good and all, but I mean, I also kind of want to have that active situation as well. So now I'm trying to think like, dang, okay, well, how do what what do I actually do to gain this active force? What situations can I not situations, what actions can I take to actually continue to have an active force pushing me forward towards more success and building my career and moving forward in life. And that's something that I'm a little bit struggling to do. And I'm thinking about this subject a lot. And that's another thing that I want to do in my videos is I'm going to try to document that. I'm going to try to talk with you guys about this and say, okay, well, here are some of the things that I'm actively trying to do. These are the active forces that I'm trying to cultivate within myself. One of the examples that I found is I need to improve my communication. So I need to actively go out of my way to figure out, maybe I can make even a plan or action items of how to go about improving my communication skills. I need to work on networking. I need to build my hard skills, right? Like I'm trying to figure out all of those things that I need to do right now that can be classified as this active force which is pushing me out. And that's something that I'm going to be making more videos, and I'm going to be posting them and talking about this, documenting my struggles and my path forward, and try to give you guys an idea of, okay, well, this is what an engineer's career looks like. As I move through mine, I can kind of document all of these things, both what's going on in my career, my professional life, what I'm doing outside of my career to build my career, but also on like a personal level, like how am I feeling? How is my work-life balance? How is my what skills or hobbies am I trying to get? Kind of give a more well-rounded and accurate idea of, okay, well, what is an engineering pathway actually look like? So if you guys want those kind of videos, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.